Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make some flaky meat pie. This video will be divided into parts. I'll be showing you how to make the filling, the dough, then the pie. You'll be needing some ingredients like your flour, butter, sugar, salt and water. The exact measurements will be in the description box below. Into your mixing bowl, go with your flour, your sugar, your salt. Now give that a stir. Next, you're going to go with your frozen butter or cold butter. I like adding mine to the flour to make it easier to cut. Now cut into tiny cubes to make it easier to mix. Using cold butter helps in distributing the fats into the flour. This helps the dough comes out flaky and tender. This is because cold butter stays solid as you mix, and when the dough is baked, the butter melts, creating air pockets that gives the flaky texture. Next, blend the butter into the flour and stop mixing when it looks like breadcrumbs. Avoid overmixing so your pie comes out looking flaky. Going with cold water as this helps prevent the butter from melting while mixing, giving the dough its tenderness and structure. Using a spatula or your hands, gently mix the water in. You do not want to overwork your dough as this can activate the gluten and ruin the texture. Stop mixing when the dough comes together. Your dough doesn't have to be smooth. It might look rough or uneven, which means you haven't overworked the dough, and that is a very good sign. Next, bring the dough into a ball shape by bringing the edges together. The next step is to wrap the dough tightly in plastic wrap or using a Ziploc bag. This prevents unwanted smell from getting into the dough. Next, chill the dough in the fridge for at least 30 minutes while we make the filling. Next part is how to make your filling. You need some potato, onions, carrot and minced meat. You can go to any store to get your minced meat or simply go to the market, get your fresh meat and roughly blend in a blender. Or you can also use a knife to cut into smaller cubes. Next step is to cut your vegetables. Now you want to cut into tiny cubes as this allows the vegetables to cook evenly and faster. You can also use a vegetable chopper or a food processor as this is very fast. Another tip is to avoid long strips or grating as this stirs the pastry and cooks unevenly. In a pan, going with some vegetable oil, your roughly blended onions. Now you want to saute the onions for 2 to 4 minutes as this helps build flavor and add sweetness to the filling. Next, going with your roughly blended meat or your minced meat. Break that apart using a spatula and mix until everything is fully combined together. Now allow that to cook for at least 2 minutes. Next step is to season the meat, going with some bouillon cubes, some paprika powder, some ginger garlic powder, some onion powder. Mix that until everything is fully combined together. It's time for our veggies. Now going with your chopped potatoes, your carrots, give that a stir. While this is cooking on low heat, make your thickening paste, which is the combination of cornstarch and water, or you can simply use flour and water. Cook on medium heat or until the potatoes are soft. Next, transfer the filling onto a plate or a tray. Spread evenly and allow to cool for at least 20 minutes. You can also pop this into your refrigerator. This makes it cool faster. It's time to assemble the pie. Remove the dough from the plastic wrap. Gently flour your work surface as this prevents the dough from sticking. At this stage, you can cut your dough into smaller sizes, but I prefer to roll out mine a little bit before cutting. Cut into smaller sizes and bring each piece into a bowl shape. This makes it easy to shape into a half moon when assembling the pie, and it also makes it easy when sealing the edges. Using the tip of your fingers, lightly press the dough, then roll out until it is not too thick or not too thin, about 1/8 inch of the dough. Now we are going to do this for all the pieces of the dough. All you need to just do is just make sure your dough is not too thick or not too thin. Now it's time to add the fillings. Place each roll out dough onto your meat pie cutter. Next is to brush the edges of the dough with eggs, as this prevents the filling from seeping out and also acts as a sealant. Now add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of your fillings. The quantity of the filling depends on the size of meat pie you are making. Next, bring the edges of the meat pie cutter together and tightly press down to allow the excess to come off easily. This gives you the perfect meat pie shape. If you don't have a meat pie cutter, you can also use any round object like the cover of your pot. Just cut, add your fillings, bring the edges together and gently press using a fork to make the shape. And there you have it, flaky meat pie. Now I'm going to be doing the biggest size and I'm going to show you the amount of fillings I'm using. Remember I told you the quantity of fillings depends on the size of the pie you are making. For the bigger size, I'll be using 3 to 4 tablespoons of the filling. Bring the edges of your cutter together, tightly press down to allow the excess to come off. Remove lightly and place onto your baking tray. And there you have it, your flaky meat pie. Remember, if you don't have a meat pie cutter, you can also use any round object. Next step is to brush over the top of each pie with egg wash. This is simply the combination of egg and water or egg and milk. This gives it the golden and glossy look. Poking holes onto your meat pie acts as vents and allow your pie to bake evenly. You can achieve this by using the tip of a fork. This also gives it a nice appearance. Now bake this at 180 to 200 degrees Celsius for 30 to 35 minutes. And there you have it, our flaky meat pie is ready. Would you be trying out this recipe? Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe and share if you haven't. See you in my next video. Bye.